Still kicking.
Good evening.
I thought you did a great job.
How you doing? Roy?
Everything.
Must be 6:30 now.
It is, yeah.
She did find one
All
spot.
right. Let's call the meeting to order. We have a quorum present. Public appearances, public's opportunity to speak to the commission about any item not on the agenda. Approval of minutes then from the previous meetings.
Move approval.
Second.
Well, now you gotta tell me which
Okay.
one.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and I have
All of
closed
the above,
session.
Okay,
right?
all the above. Yes, yes,
Well,
that's correct. Or,
you
well,
should
wait a
probably
minute.
do the
No,
hiring committee
We'll do the
separate.
hiring committee
Yeah.
second. So the closed session of our meeting in Deerfield and the regular minutes is what this motion is.
Thursday, November 15th, the closed session.
Yes, and the regular meeting minutes,
Of November 15th.
correct.
And we're gonna keep these closed.
And yes.
Correct.
There was a motion, was there a second?
I second.
Right.
Did everybody get the codes? Any discussion on the November 15th minutes, closed and open?
There's a bit of a typo on the regular minutes. It's minor.
Oh,
It's just,
how did that not pop up as a? Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
All right,
complete.
on the motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign,
I'll abstain on the 15th.
and one abstention.
Then I would move approval of all of the minutes for the committee for hiring the EMS chief.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes of the hiring committee. Those in, any discussion, you three?
No, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
You're good on the,
A motion carried.
Can everyone pass down their closed session minutes from last time? Please and thank you. I got 3 of 6, I think.
Others.
I know there's a lot of minutes in this packet.
I think we share.
Oh, hiring committee.
Yep.
Oh, hiring committee. I'll get it to the hiring committee.
Oh, somehow I ended up with them all back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
I don't know.
Next item is discuss and consider approval of the November financial reports. Any questions?
To approve.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the November financial reports as presented. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is discuss and consider approval of bills for budgeted and approved expenses. Anybody have any questions?
And we'll see who the pay it also. Now, I'll make a motion to approve the payment of bills as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
second.
Motion and a second to approve the bills as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Discuss and consider approval of write-offs and aging of accounts. No write-offs?
That's easy to approve.
Okay.
Fund fees are at $424,000, got a month to go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be very close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve November aging of accounts. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Staff reports.
All right, so staff report, we're 144 calls ahead of last year as of November, so it's pretty significant. Our membership is unchanged aside from what we know. We're going to have Steve Anders retiring at the end of the year here. We have planned a retirement celebration for him on his last shift. So I'll send something out to you guys a little more formally.
Okay.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yes. So our plan is to kind of host somewhat of an open house from 2 to 6. Family's gonna come as well, have some fun kind of activities. We're encouraging county members who want to come and visit to wear their most retro EMS outfit. So everybody's getting a little chuckle out of that one. 42 years in service, so I'm sure we'll have some interesting outfits show up. So we're planning on that. Other than that, our volunteer hours are up by 21% compared to October, so that's a great sign as well. Chief's report, we did do the LTE assessment on December 8th. Much like our area ALS partners in the county, we did not have a great turnout for that process. We only had 5 applicants, 3 of whom we brought in. And of that, we have 1 who is an internal candidate who's a brand new paramedic. She's still kind of transitioning in her role here. She's going to keep on that same plan, and we'll be bringing in 1 more who will start out as a volunteer medic, get some experience because he's of that same amount of experience, and then we hope that we'll be able to transition him to an LTE role. So that's the plan. As far as LTE stuff future-wise, we're going to definitely have to have another process in the spring, I would say. So we'll plan on that.
Okay.
Jerry has been speaking with the Dane County 911 Center. We've had a couple of issues with cases where on the interstate Cambridge is being dispatched for calls clearly within our territory. They felt like that was narrowed down to a single dispatcher situation, and hopefully that's the case. I think we've only had 1 or 2 other situations since you've spoken with them, so.
Yeah. There might be even be a more bigger issue than that up there because
Yeah.
the night of at fire over in Cambridge,
Yeah.
Deerfield Fire sat at the station.
Yeah, that was,
In Oregon, I believe it was Oregon.
It was Oregon.
Oregon manned Cambridge Station.
yes, yeah.
That's how bad the
Yeah,
comes in
so,
up there.
and some of that is purposeful, even though it seems strange, but they like to not deplete,
Yep.
the entire
Yeah.
east side of the
Yeah.
county for something, so. But it is a head scratcher at times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're just keeping an eye on that for us. UW and St. Mary's hospitals, they've recently launched a physician field response program where if we have a major situation, like consider like the Didion explosion where they had to actually do field amputations, stuff like that, the doc can actually come out to our scene. So our staff's been apprised of that and they know how to contact those resources if needed. So a couple staff, myself included, went and learned about canine first aid in Verona. This was mostly to address any issue that could happen, like with one of our working canine dogs. So Lars, for instance, we want to be able to take care of him if something should happen, if the inevitable were to happen. State law now allows us to legally treat animals, where in the past we kind of just did it, but it wasn't entirely kosher. So now we're covered by the state to be able to do that, and we're looking to expand that, training more of our medics and EMTs about what to do and how to assess. I met with Officer Caraco also just to see what kind of supplies he has should something happen, and then we're also planning to to get together again to make sure that we would have access if something did happen. Because his car is keyed differently than all the other squads, apparently. So,
You know, our officer, Brian, he has a dog. in the county.
okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with his dog, so we'll get
It's
in touch.
relatively new.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, we'll reach out.
Deputy Viewer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll reach
Yeah.
out too and make that connection. Perfect.
I don't know how these dogs are trained, but are they trained like on the other end, if the handler goes down? Sometimes the dog will stand
Right.
and not allow anyone to approach the handler.
Right.
Are those dogs trained that way, or?
I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely
It's something you might want to check.
Yeah, yeah,
Because in days past, we had a certain procedure where you pull the car up and you could give the dog a certain command, but otherwise the dog will not listen to other commands from
Sure.
other people other than the
And I
handler.
will say that one of the protocols that would be involved would be to make sure another handler can be available, just because even if the handler isn't familiar with that particular dog, they carry themselves with a certain presence that makes it a little more comfortable for the dog, so.
I mean,
we
yeah,
would
all those dogs
appreciate
are
that.
trained a different way,
Yeah.
but you might
Yeah.
want to check that because you go diving in and you could have a problem with
Exactly,
the dog
exactly.
going after you.
Yeah, we don't want to see anybody get hurt either, so.
Right.
Yeah, hence the training.
I know the county does do training over at our station.
Okay.
With other dogs in the county that they come
Sure.
out for training.
Yeah,
If, you could always talk to Brian and find out when or if you can be
Yeah.
advised.
yeah, that's a good idea. I'll get some more info from you after this meeting and we'll connect. I like that. Good
Yeah.
idea.
They keep that padded suit over there.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen Seth put
Have you
that
tried
on
it?
once or twice. Training in November was very interactive. We basically transformed this room into a cadaver lab for us to be able to do some guided learning of the cardiac system, respiratory system. We got to dissect pig lung, heart, tracheas, so it was a lot of fun. We had Janice Belander from Town of Pleasant Springs just happened to wander in, and she stayed for the entire session
Cool.
and watched the whole thing. She just was enthralled, so it was pretty cool. We had a very good turnout for that. December, we're not going to have a training meeting. We're just going to do distributive education to give people a break for the holidays. Then we'll kick back up in January. We have a couple of upcoming things. Tomorrow there's an active shooter review of the Middleton shooting that occurred. A couple of us are going to go to that. Elliot and I went through SEVO instructors, so we're able to take care of training people how to drive the ambulances. So that will be very helpful. WEMPS is coming up as well. Have a couple people going to that. I was able to get a scholarship to go to EMS Today in Maryland in February, so I'm going to plan to do that as well. So.
Congratulations.
Training center's doing just fine. We taught a couple classes. We've got a bunch on the books already for 2019. Public relations wise, we participated in a lot of things. Christmas in the Grove events, the Deerfield Christmas events, Cookie Walk. We also, Wendy Lasco and Jerry, you're gonna have to remind me who else. I think it was Ross.
Yeah, the two of them
Thanksgiving.
with the-
Yeah, on Thanksgiving, they went and surprised one of our founding members, Angie Piazza, with flowers. It was her 100th birthday.
Yeah.
So we got a nice little photo op with her on that too. So that was pretty cool. We were able to attend all of our community medic events without getting toned out. So I don't know if you call that a
First.
turkey or or what, but that was pretty cool too. Ross and I will be meeting with Molly Schrader of the Wisconsin Alzheimer's Institute next week. They have a grant, and we need to find out more details about it, but they have a grant opportunity that puts EMS in contact with people who need a lot of follow-up care from, for various things like falls or medication reconciliation, kind of along that community medic line, but it's definitely focused on an Alzheimer's population. So they've asked Fitch-Rona to partner up with them and Deer Grove. So pretty cool opportunity. I'll find out more info, bring it back. So that's kind of what we have going on there. Other than that, vehicle-wise, there was really nothing major that we had going on, except we did replace a battery last week on the car.
You didn't use 81 at all.
Let's see. 81 didn't break.
Well,
Yes,
yeah, it was
it did.
technically in service.
Yeah.
We used it
Christmas
for
in
the
the road.
mandatory bill.
Did it go anywhere, or was it just here?
It was moved around back and ran, and then they put it in service while most heavy it was in the program.
Got it. So for a very short period of time, yes. Thank you. All right, that's all I have for the staff report.
That's all you have. Any correspondence?
I do have a card from Greg. I don't know if you remember writing that one.
No, I don't.
I don't know,
You
but
and Bill
your
read it,
handwriting
Bill,
is
right?
stellar.
Yeah. You'll be able to read
It's
it by
awfully
rote.
nice and neat.
Yeah.
Appreciative of what
Yes.
we've done?
Yeah,
Yes, he's
yeah.
been very appreciative of the care and the flowers.
Yeah.
The olives, I believe, that we sent over, so.
Yeah.
Asking for more frequent flyer miles.
Yeah.
We do not give discounts.
Yeah, really.
Yep. And then the other little bit, I kind of like de-hippified it. I printed off. We had a journal article where we were talked about for an incident. I don't know if you guys saw it. We had a young kid that choked here in the district, and our crew, along with Cottage Grove Police, helped him, and he survived. And we didn't remove the object, but we got a lot of credit. So I'll just kind of pass that around, and it has a couple comments from Mom. She posted some really nice things online, thanking us. And then the crew is on the post-it note. It was Trevor, Seth, and Jamie Annis. So kind of a neat thing as well. I had like 300 comments or something on that, so it was very, yeah, well viewed.
I wish the writing is really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, you know,
It was like
I wish I could do it like
Yeah, me too.
November.
Oh, yes.
Pretty exciting.
Was it 29? Oh yeah, it was right before the Christmas in the Grove. That's all I got for correspondence.
That's it for correspondence. Update on contracting emergency medical services to the town of Pleasant Springs.
We got the signed contract back from Pleasant Springs. Chris has signed it, still need Greg's signature.
Okay.
It went out to Village and the two villages tonight to get put on your agendas as well.
Okay.
It's on the town's agenda for Monday.
For Monday night, yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
when the village meets too.
Yeah, our next meeting won't be till, what is it, the 14th of January.
As long as two of them.
We will
Yeah.
need you.
Yeah.
Huh?
We will need you
We
then.
meet on Monday.
Oh.
You don't.
Yeah. So the copy of the signed was sent this afternoon.
Great news.
Yes.
Finally. It just like magically appeared all of a sudden one afternoon. I get an email, here's your signed contract. Oh,
It's okay.
yeah.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
All right. Consider adopt a motion to move to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.85, parent 1, parent C, for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. Chief Hiring Committee recommendations regarding the chief candidate.
They should stay. Probably need to tape the second half of the meeting.
Yeah, we'll keep on.
Yeah. We're gonna need you guys to tape when we come back in the open session.
Okay.
So I wouldn't break everything down.
For us.
Greg is
No, it
the
worked out,
village
actually.
president.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're the
Yeah.
trustee over
Yeah.
there. Actually, he's a trustee in the village of Deerfield too.
They've
Okay,
kicked me off
so
the board.
so everybody knew.
You're not there, we can't.
Yeah, we can't,
Maybe one.
I got tied up on
Seen
this,
this
so
guy.
unfortunately I couldn't make it.
All right, so,
When I looked at the agenda, I'm like, it's a small meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little
Maybe we're in good hands, so
disturbance
it's
there.
fine.
Yeah, and finally put Dinkle in
Thanks
place.
for sticking through this whole
We
thing.
finally pretty much put Dinkle in place.
It kept
Well,
it
Dinkle
very,
and Spice?
Yeah.
you know,
Good
there
for
wasn't a change
you.
a mix up in the hiring process. So
Right.
Pork chop in front
Yeah.
of a starving
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, can I have
Of course,
this?
then the independent, they put it in there, and I says, we're not gonna do stuff, bam, bam, you know? I told we aren't gonna get stuff thrown at us at a meeting, have us read on it, vote on it that night. I said,
Dinkle was?
You gotta follow the process.
Dave,
He wanted another board meeting for the end of the month, so he could get things approved that he wanted approved.
Right after the
Yeah,
plan.
They
yeah.
can pay
You can't
for
get rid of
it.
those guys, can
They
you?
can pay for it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we
Yeah,
do.
pay for it, and
If
then
somebody
they-
wants a special meeting, they pay out everybody's
Yeah,
per diem.
Which is
Yeah.
nice also.
Whatever it costs.
Yeah, what happened to him
Yeah.
is just his kids all of a
I
sudden.
think that's what I'm gonna look at too, is the per diem, what we charge from the,
On
to do that.
Thursdays,
'Cause I think what all it does is cover
I hear
the
you.
board's
And I get it,
expense.
and your kids are only
You know,
young ones.
of course,
it's tough. My son is in
What's-
swimming, you know, usually swim meets are
course,
on
the,
Tuesdays or Thursdays or
The
Saturdays.
administrators,
Aren't you gonna be
salary anyway, but
Interim chief.
It doesn't want to work right now. It's giving me some weird error I've never got, so I can try
All
it later.
right.
No
All right.
worries.
We're at number 12, discuss and consider terms of,
we gotta go to number 11, right?
no, we came into open
Okay.
session.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're at the terms of employment offered for a chief's position.
Okay.
I didn't print out the one you sent me because I thought,
Yeah, I printed
Well,
out.
and the one time I need the printer to work, it doesn't work. I just was printing.
Yep, that is-
2 minutes.
that was down.
Oh, the network's down? Okay.
To Chris, where is this?
oh. Yeah,
Can you, if you can read my writing?
Is that charter down there?
Better than mine.
Jerry?
I have it memorized.
He slept thinking about
Oh,
this.
my
Ingrained-
gosh.
Ingrained in my head. We have discussed and consider terms of employment offer for chief's position. The hiring committee has recommended that we hire Eric Lang, who is here. And he's indicated he's willing to take the position. And we had talked to him on Tuesday night as to what the commission would be offering as far as wages and benefits. And the only question that I have after our discussion was, if you're still employed on 1/1 of 19 with Sun Prairie, they should have already paid January's medical. So we'll start then on 2/1 of 19. So,
That was the plan.
Yeah,
At
you-
least
yeah.
in here, that was the plan.
I figured that out.
yeah, so that there won't be a lapse
Right.
in
Insurance.
insurance coverage.
Yeah, that's why the intent of working on the first for me,
Yeah.
it's on Prairie, plus it's a holiday anyway, so.
Right.
I'm not sure that anyone would want to come in and help me figure out my job on New Year's Day, so.
All right. So we had,
I'm pretty committed, but,
the employment agreement is for 19, he'll start at 79,500. He'll have a 6-month review that will happen at our July meeting, with any increase would take effect on August 1st of that year. He's working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. He covers all meetings in excess of that he's asked to be at and required. Do you have any questions for us?
I do not.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
I think the 3 times I've seen you've always wore a suit. Is he required to wear a suit?
Wait a minute.
No,
We're gonna change those terms.
no. He'll be in
Uniform?
active duty.
Active duty.
As if you noticed, I really only have one suit, so.
It's more than enough.
Just give me a hard time. Welcome for it.
We're crediting him with 12 days of sick leave at the beginning of 19, and he'll earn vacation based on our formula.
Yeah, I think it says in there 15 days. It was in there somewhere. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
right.
he earns 15 days of paid vacation in 19, but it accumulates at each
Yes.
pay period. And so, I don't know if you've actually met the commission or not,
Yeah.
but we have Greg Frudiger. He's from the Village of Deerfield president. You've met Gary too many times. I'm Chris Hampton, the town chairman for Town of Cottage Grove. Troy Allen, a
Trustee.
trustee for
Trustee,
Village
Village of
of
Cottage Grove trustee.
Cottage Grove. Christy Williams is on the town board of Cottage Grove. Melissa Ratcliffe is a trustee for the Village of Cottage Grove. And we have John Russell here. He's also a trustee for the village. And this guy here, he's on EMS. He's on the village board for Deerfield also. What else? I don't know.
That's enough.
Do you ever sleep, Jerry?
Not much.
Yeah.
He's one of those that can function on no
Yeah.
sleep.
I mean, he gets more oxygen out there.
Yeah.
That's true, right?
I don't know if it's true or not.
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the work agreement
In terms of
between,
employment.
the terms of employment between Deer Grove EMS District and Jeffrey Lang.
Eric.
Eric.
Eric, geez, I'm bad at my names today.
Eric.
I'll second for Eric.
There's a motion and a second on the terms of employment offer for the chief's position for Eric Lang. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations. Next item is discuss and consider appointment of the Deer Grove EMS chief. So, guess we should actually appoint him as the
Right.
chief. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Troy is the second. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next commission meeting date is in Deerfield, and it's January 17th, I think. 17th in Deerfield.
Okay.
Great.
Items for next commission meeting, other than the normal things?
Well, by that time, the update on the Pleasant Springs contract,
Yeah.
we should all have paid it by then.
Yeah.
Approve that officially.
Okay.
For that.
Do we want to do a swearing in also?
Who's gonna swear?
She's been known to throw some dandies.
I have my moments.
Some of the words have more than 4 letters in them.
Couple.
Official swearing in.
We do. We have it somewhere.
Okay, we'll do a swearing in.
I think last year we did it before the meeting. We did like the reception for Dwayne and the swearing in.
Yeah.
But we don't need to do a reception
No.
this time, so.
But it wasn't part of
Yeah.
the traditional meeting, so I don't know if we want to do it before. She was thinking maybe after because,
We have some people that are gonna be in Milwaukee until 5, so I just don't know if we'd all be back
You
in
wanna hold the
time.
meeting
We
here
have
then?
earlier.
Do it after.
Yeah, the January meeting.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
But it'll still start January 2nd.
Yes.
yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
that
more of
would be easier.
a ceremony.
Would be easier here. Done.
Let's do it
So,
after.
Do we wanna hold the meeting here rather than Deerfield then?
Would be
Probably
easier.
smart.
Be
yeah.
easier for some, yeah.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
change the meeting to Cottage Grove. Deerfield doesn't want us to come down there.
Our big meeting room might not,
Yeah, the big meeting room might not be.
Drowned it in
might be
there.
Too small.
Too small?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Non-debatable, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
If you just wanted to.
So there's, are you collecting all of
A
our?
reference, just to kind of,
Okay.
what you'll get,
Like,
you'll get it in the mail, just so you know. You can keep that. Yeah.
Away we tournament.